Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Raven Maureen and I'm here with one final project for 2024, and that is a last minute New Year's Eve dress. Let's get into this pattern.
So something that I found with cutting this is that it has, in very, very small font, of course, the pattern pieces that you will cut with the corresponding top or bottom, because it's kind of like create your own. There is no set pattern. It's just individual pieces that you can use as building blocks. So because I'm doing this, the first bodice top with the skirt, I'm cutting out pieces 1 and 2, and then 9 and 10. No, I'm sorry. 10 and 11. So pattern pieces 1 and 2 for my top, and then for the skirt, pattern pieces 10 and 11. I'm also not going to do a split in mine. More so because of the fabric. I think the split is actually really pretty, but with sequins, I don't know if I want to cut the sequin because the split is not on a seam. And I'm just like, yeah, that sounds like that can be really messy. So I'm going to omit that, but I think that the dress will actually still be really pretty. So wish me luck.
So I know that this dress comes as a surprise to you if you've been paying attention at all. I was originally supposed to make a really pretty jiffy pattern, kind of like a Diana Ross type theme, but once I started actually cutting out the pieces and laying out my sequin fabric, I realized that the nap was going in the wrong direction, and so I had to regroup, and I don't want to say I settled, but I landed on this pattern.
Okay, so one other thing I'll share about this pattern, on the lip of the envelope you have your finished garment measurements, which a few years ago, the Simplicity Creative Group, they used to do this quite a bit. Now they started putting it on this this plain backside here, and if it's not there, then it's usually like on the first or second page of instructions.
So I am cutting a couple of lining pieces because of the neckline. I have to cut 4 of these and then 4 of the sequins, which is a total of 8. I had to wear protective eye gear because the sequins was literally flying about the room as I was cutting it, and it was getting dangerous. So yeah, be careful, y'all. So definitely proceed with caution. I am using a denim needle on this sequin fabric. Now you can cut the sequins out of the seam allowance. It's a very tedious task and I did not do that. But you can also go extremely slow and be very, very, very thoughtful about stitching on top of the sequins, which is what I did. The top is a little bit more involved than I wanted it to be for this evening, so I'm moving on to the skirt. And so the skirt has 3 pieces. The front is 1 big piece, and then the back is 2 pieces together. Full transparency, this fabric has been really, really tough to work with. Not even because it's sequins, but more because it is very stretchy. And so I'm having to stretch it while I sew it to make sure that my seam allowances match up from one end to the next. Okay, so the skirt is done and it is looking pretty good. Obviously, there's a lot of fabric at the bottom, which I will probably end up cutting off a little bit of. And then I plan on wearing this with heels. So I believe I ended up cutting off about 2 or 3 inches. But so far, this looks really good and I can't wait to see what the rest of the dress is going to look like. Hey y'all, so it is Sunday morning and so far I have put like some bias tape around the armholes of the bodice here because if you've ever worn sequins and had sequins scratch your armpits, it is probably one of the most painful experiences ever. So I put that there and then I got started on the neckline. So I had to cut 8 of these. I did 4 of them in the sequins and then the facing is in like this nude lining. I am praying that the nude lining does not show like on the underside. This is really just more so that my skin doesn't get irritated with the sequins. So I'm gonna finish working on that, but so far we're in a good place and I'm gonna try and do this neckline. The instructions, granted I wasn't paying that much attention to them. The instructions are, it's one of those things where like I think I have to do it to actually understand what is going to be happening with the neckline. But pretty much once I'm done with the neckline, all I have to do is attach the top to the skirt, put in some elastic, and I'm done, baby. So hopefully I can do that before my nail appointment today. My nail appointment's at 12. So fingers crossed, and then I can take pictures and video of the final look this afternoon before it gets dark, which will be nice. And yeah. Just like I thought, this is a little tedious and it kind of felt like I was doing it the wrong way the entire time, but I think this is right. And so I've got to stitch this down. So pray for me, y'all. And I thought that the sequin fabric was really hard to sew on. This lining fabric is really giving the sequin a run for its money. So I actually ended up turning the fabric on the sequin side to sew it a little better because this was torture. And of course, hindsight is 2020, and I really should have used a walking foot for this. So if you guys are following along and doing this project with me, definitely highly recommend using a walking foot. So now I've got to attach this neckline to the rest of the bodice. Oh, and I hope to God that it looks great. Like, I hope it looks cute because right now, disaster. Okay, so it's giving a little bit of shipwreck mermaid. I haven't attached this to the skirt yet. There's going to be elastic there, so it's going to pull it in a little bit. But y'all see how this lining is coming out, which is what I absolutely wanted to avoid. I think I'm going to understitch this so that it'll lay flatter. And I also think that when I sew this down, because you're supposed to sew it to the seam allowance, it'll lay flatter. But I love the silhouette. I think it's beautiful. I just look a little shipwrecked. That's it. But we gonna get her together because this is cute. Shipwreck cute. Okay. So just got my nails done. I did red. I know Christmas is over, but red year round is not terrible, right? So now I'm going to attach the top to the bottom. So this is the second to last step of putting this together. But you guys, I have been fighting for my life with this fabric. Once I attached the top and the bottom, I did go ahead and add some elastic to the waistband, which really just kind of pulled everything together really nicely, as you can see by the pictures. I want to wish all of you a happy and safe new year, and be sure to tune back later this week for my 2024 recaps and my goals for 2025. All right, see y'all next time. Bye.